Bobby here, and in today's video, I'm giving you 3 actionable strategies that you can use to start producing more video content. Now look, no shade to other YouTube creators, but when I was researching for this video, I found that most other videos on this topic kind of covered the mindset, be more confident, don't care about what the haters say, and simply post more video content range. Well, me, I'm someone who isn't naturally confident on camera. More than that, I'm lazy. And I mean like really lazy. So when it comes down to creating video content, I need actionable, literal steps that are gonna kick my ass into gear and get me in front of the camera producing video content. So that's what this video is going to be: actionable, literal strategies that I use to produce more video content. Let's get right into it. Welcome back to my channel. You now rock with the best. My name is Bobby, aka the Influencer CEO, and this channel is dedicated to helping you build and monetize influence on social media. So if you're looking to start your movement online, looking to become a social media rock star, make sure to subscribe to this channel and join the family. So the first actionable strategy we have for you is called creating an anchor. And this is something I discovered years ago when I was incredibly unmotivated to go to the gym. My buddy handed me something called a Bang energy drink. And if you've ever had a Bang energy drink, it's like cocaine in a can. Now, young, little old Bobby didn't know that, so I cracked it open, guzzled it down. Next thing you know, my skin is turning red. I got caffeine boiling through my veins. And there's only 2 things for young Bobby to do: either murder a village of Smurfs or go exercise. And so it got me to exercise, and drinking these caffeinated drinks got me to go to the gym consistently. Every time I cracked one open, my body knew it was time to go to the gym. And eventually it got to the point where I didn't need the drinks to go to the gym anymore. I created this subconscious feeling where every time I would crack open any can, whether it was a Bang energy drink or a soda or, water or whatever it was, my body knew it was time to go to the gym because I'd created that anchor, that habit. And now I don't drink those things anymore, thank God, even though it probably feels like I still do the way I move around on camera like there. So look, I thought, why not take that exact same strategy and apply it to creating video content? So what I do is every time I create a video, I boil some tea, and I drink a really specific type of hibiscus tea because it's good for the throat. Now that's my anchor. And every time I make that tea, I know it's time to film a video. And you will create this subconscious connection where your body is just ready to film every time you drink this tea. Now I chose tea because it's good for the throat, but your anchor could be jumping jacks. It could literally be whatever you want. Now look, before I started using the tea, I actually took pills. Now, Bobby, you're saying take drugs? These are called nootropics. A mentor of mine introduced me to them. He literally says, Bobby, you taking nootropics? Half of Yale Law School takes them. And I said, what do? They increase cognitive function and also dopamine, so they help you speak more. So increases your memory and increases your dopamine, makes you a little bit happier. The 2 things you need to crush it when it comes to creating video content. Now, these aren't like drugs. These are legal. Anybody can get them. They're like smart pills, watered down smart pills. If you've ever seen the movie Limitless, these are supposed to be like a miniature version of that. And so I tried these. And like I said, when I first started creating video content, I was not a confident speaker. It wasn't a very natural speaker. So these helped me. And so I took these. I was ready to film. I created that connection. Whenever I took one of these, my body knew it was time to film. Now I don't need them anymore, but I'm going to leave some links in the description below. You could do your own research. If you're someone who's incredibly unconfident in front of the camera, if you really can't kick your ass into gear, you may need something like this. And now I don't need them at all. I just drink my tea, or even like today I have a LaCroix, but I have a liquid next to me. I've cracked it open. My body knows it's time to film. Actionable strategy number 2 is choose an angle and a setup that works for you. Now, the position that you sit in front of the camera actually matters a lot. When I first started creating video content, I was standing up and I didn't know what to do with my hands. I didn't know whether to wave my arms around. I was pacing back and forth, and it just made me uncomfortable in front of the camera. Sitting down in front of the camera just like this helps me create much more video content because I'm comfortable. Now, something I can't do, of which I should, is have a desk in front of me, because when I'm able to lean like this, I'm even more comfortable and I'm even more in the zone in front of the camera. Now, not only that, but my setup, maybe I'll do some B-roll so you guys can see a little bit of my setup here, but My setup is set up within like 3 seconds of me wanting to film. I have a light switch for the lights right here. There you go. Off, on, off, on, off, on. I got light switches for everything. These things switch on really quickly. So when I'm ready to film, I'm ready to film. The longer you take up to set up everything, the more you're going to impede the process and you'll start to fumble and there'll start to be a drag and you're sweating. And speaking to the camera should be a natural process. If I had a friend in front of me and he says, "What's your opinion on this?" You give him your opinion. You don't go, "Give me 10 seconds to Google it, research it, put on the right outfit, sit down in the..." You just speak, and getting in front of the camera should be the exact same thing. So choose a position that works for you, choose a setup that works for you, and creating videos will be a lot easier. And the last actionable step we have for you is to figure out what type of content creator you are and prepare accordingly. Now look, there's 3 different types of content creators from my experience, and I've tried all 3. Number 1 is the person who can get in front of the camera and just speak. You need no notes, no topics, you just flow. Number 2 is somebody that writes down topics, so you could look at a topic and speak about it that way. And number 3 is someone that needs to jot out line by line what works for you. When I first started, I was speaking freely throughout the whole video. So from start to finish, completely unedited. Now what happened is if I messed up even a slight word, I would restart the entire video because I could only function from start to finish. Every time I paused the video, I would lose my complete train of thought. So that was ridiculous because I ended up refilming videos hundreds of times. Now, I also tried scripting out word for word, and what happened was, 1, I would constantly be looking like this, looking to a script, and 2, it took me forever to edit because I was constantly having to edit out where I was moving my head. So 3, and what I stick with now is I write down a couple lists of topics. I don't even say intro or outro. I literally go topic 1, topic 2, topic 3. And then what I do is I kind of flow that way. So I'll pause the camera, do section, pause the camera, do another section, pause the camera, do another section. And preparation doesn't stop there. Photos and videos are 2 completely different things. Like I said, speaking to a camera is supposed to be like you're speaking to a literal person. You need to have a rapport with the camera. And to do that, you need to make things as natural as possible. And by preparing, you allow yourself to just get in there and actually share your actual opinions and not just be one of those drones that gets on YouTube or Instagram and has everything all scripted out and they read things like this. And I got this fake voice and people on the other side of the camera can smell that inauthenticity. Look at the top creators on YouTube, you know, people like PewDiePie who literally speak and they make mistakes when they speak, and that's okay. For me, one of the biggest struggles that I have is I edit too much, and sometimes I'm a little bit too proper. Even this right now is too proper. I wish I could just relax a little and speak to the camera as if it were a friend. So make sure you're preparing as much as possible. Every morning when I wake up, since I film daily videos, I block out a schedule of time from 6 to 7 in the morning where I research video topics. Now it's just not for this. Of course, my job is a social media strategist, so I'm also researching what's going on in this space. So it does kind of intermingle with that. But I do research my videos in the morning and I set time for that. Also, make sure you set a time where you're filming your videos. Whatever amount of preparation it takes for you to actually start creating videos naturally is what you need to do. All right, I want you to drop in the comments below, what's your biggest struggle when it comes down to creating video content? I just want you to know wherever you are when it comes to creating video content, if you're sitting there and you're sweating in front of the camera, if you're unnatural in front of the camera, I've been there. I'm there consistently. My biggest strategy, my biggest tip to creating more video content is once you start creating video content and you get in the flow, don't ever stop. Trust me, when you stop creating video content, even if it's just for a week, you get back in front of the camera and you're all over the place. In my last video, I talked about how I took a week off because last week or 2 weeks ago, the world was basically on fire with everything that was going on. So I didn't think it was appropriate to make a video. I came back and it was crickets every time I was looking at the camera. So once you get to creating good video content, don't ever stop. Even if you feel like the content you're creating isn't up to your standard. Trust me, your standard will always be evolving. So make sure you like this video, subscribe if you found this information at all useful, and don't forget to join the Not Boring Marketing Discord chat. This is our Discord chat where we go over everything from social media influencers to marketing to memes, anything that has to do with you building your business or your brand with social media marketing. We talk about it in that group. Link is in the description below. Please do like this video. It really does help us out within the algorithm. Hopefully, if you're new here, you stick around. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.